Well, it's another day, and I was just thinking about what would make someone totally disown a name, a job, an item. Why would someone disown something? And the prodigal son comes to mind, that he was convinced, he was sure that his dad would have nothing to do with him. He took all the gold and riches and the inheritance, and he went and he squandered it all on reckless living. And he ended up, he was in the pigsty with nothing to eat. It was forbidden of eating anything from the pigs. Pigs had better food than he did. And so he was in a pretty miserable spot. And he felt sure that his father would never allow him back as a son, but that he would be possibly accepted as a worker, and that if the meager food that the workers got would be sufficient. It'd be better than what he had. And he's of course playing the field there, want to make sure everything worked out great for him. And he hasn't got much to play with, playing the field. So he gathered up nothing and went back home and ready to beg. And his dad ran to the driveway and embraced him and kissed him and loved him and put a ring on his finger and shoes on his feet and a nice coat. And the dad went berserk. Today's the day that I wrote a card to my son Robert Micah, and I just wept. I just couldn't stop weeping and crying about my son. I love my son so much, and I felt the heart of the Father, because I am a father, and this is my only begotten son. I don't have, I have several children, but I've only birthed one boy, and my son Robert is my pride and joy. And it just touches my heart so much that he has moved out of state. He is doing a fantastic job where he is. There in Arizona, and he's starting off his life. He's he's doing a path in life that is interesting and new and fresh. And of course, it's a new time. It's not 1960s or 70s, 80s or 90s. It's not even the 10s or the teens. I mean, it was the teens, 18. But it's a lifetime away from when I started off. Mowing lawns, going door to door knocking. Can I mow your lawn? My son's past that point because of the fact that he is, he's 18 now, and he's never had a job really, any kind of real paying job, and he's worked for me, but I love my son. Well, listen, let's break it down a little bit here. So what would make someone disown a name or an item or a thing? What the thing is, there's a motorcycle here in the middle, just sitting here. Oh, that's wild. Well, I see the guy's trying to work on it, but he's right there in the middle of the road. Help me, Lord, protect him. You don't get out in the middle of a median where cars are singing by and do that. So there has to be a strong feeling to reject. There has to be a very, very strong feeling of disgust, ridicule, and a feeling of yuck, to put it, simply. What would make someone have that yuck feeling about their own family, about a person or about a situation in their family? What would make them have that yucky feeling, or that repulsion, that desire to just have nothing to do at all and to prove it by whatever means possible? Well, obviously it has to be something that is extremely serious, and something that's not just a light, mild, oh well, we're going to find out. No, this has to be something that's really like serious, maybe deadly serious, maybe morally serious, maybe serious in some way that there's a gal, she's waving everybody at the bus stop. I'm sensitive today about people. I'm looking around the community and I'm seeing a lot of homeless people. I live in Los Angeles, California, San Dimas in particular, but in the LA area where I am, where I move, and I do a lot of visiting and I'm with people, I just noticed a ton of homeless people. There was a lady over there at the store a few minutes ago, and she was just swearing and screaming and going off, and it was just shocking because she was just so blatant about it. It wasn't like she was mildly like, oh, no, she wasn't just mumbling. She was full on yelling and screaming and having a conversation with unknown arguments about, and you could say she's demon possessed, but she might be. But what drives people to be in a position there? What's happening in our world where there's so many homeless, there's so many people who have lost it, and how do we avoid losing it? Even though I know a lot of people who are homeless who haven't lost it. They're just simply, they live in their car. They are making a choice to save money. They're making a choice to be obedient. They're making a choice to just do what it is they're supposed to do right now in their lives, and that's different than folks who are so desperate and so driven that they're stealing shopping carts, and they're just have, and what's in the shopping carts is just a lot of nothing, a lot of old stinky whatever, but that's really precious to them, and it seems as though that's all they've got in the world that's left, and I can totally relate to that. I don't know if I have any big point, but I do know this, that Jesus, like the prodigal son's father, Jesus is never going to abandon us, reject us. He's not going to run away from us. And yes, he hates sin. God hates sin. God hates sin. God hates sin. He cannot be near sin. Sin is like just waste. Nobody will go near waste. People want to flush it away. People want to wipe it away. People want to get showered and cleaned and disinfected. And we were in a meeting just recently, and there was a lady who was spraying disinfectant and just hypersensitive to any sort of germs. And I thought, wow, that's the other side of it. People who don't have any care about germs, people who are like, germaphobes, I guess they call it. I think I'm in the middle. I like to be clean and neat. I like to, to wash up. I like to have the deodorant on and the rest of it. But at the same time, I'm not doing Purell every second. I actually used Purell yesterday. I took our office. We have a team of people, attorneys, who are working on a very important project for us today, and pray for that, because right now, at this moment as I speak, my wife and her family are down there, and they're going to find out what the big department wants to say, and I don't really know. I'm not taking it lightly. I'm not laughing or giggling or like, oh yeah, whatever. No, I know it's a serious time in our family's life. I get that. At the same time, I know that I am running as far away from evil and wrong and bad as I can, and that I've screwed up in my life. I'm a filthy, rotten sinner, just like you are. And that said, I choose the right thing. I choose to hang on to righteousness. I choose to hang on to goodness. I talked to a gal named Annette just now, and she gave me the name of another gal who is named, let's see here, what's the name? It's Adrian. Reminds me of the Rocky, And I'm just reaching out for all the help I can get all the help I can. So I think maybe today, if I were to leave you with something, it says, don't be afraid to reach out for help. And don't be ashamed of the fact that you're running away from evil. We avoid evil at all costs, and there's evidence. I can show you evidence that I've run away from evil. I can show you evidence that I'm like repulsed by evil, for sure. At the same time, I'm not going to just drop over and say, well, I'm done. No. Fight on, fight on. Trojans, get them, go get them, Trojans. I love you. Have a great day. If you want to give me a call, let's have a talk. It's 1-213-713-8954. 8954green@att.net. On the Twitter, Mr. Bob at BobBob8954. Till later. Bye.